Hi. This is segment 1 of class 1 of Setting Limits and Building Cooperation. And in this segment, we're going to talk about how vital connection is to your child's well-being and your own. So connection, a sense of connection, a sense of being seen, a sense of being cherished, a sense of being with, a sense of that someone is there thinking about you, someone is there guarding you and protecting you, is absolutely vital to the well-being of a young child. Children actually can't learn without a sense of connection. The mind does not take in new information and process it unless the limbic system, the social emotional part of a child's mind, can sense that they are protected, that someone who knows the world better than they do, who understands how it all works, has a good sense of what's going on and feels safe. And so when you are relaxed and feeling safe and humming along, your child gets non-verbally a sense that all is well from you and uses that sense to take in information, to process information, to learn, to play, to make good decisions. And this is true from the first moment of birth all the way through adolescence. Children need to feel connected in order to function well. And our best communication of a sense of connection comes through eye contact. Sometimes it comes through touch, although touch isn't absolutely necessary, but lots of affection over time is. So a child doesn't need to be having your affection at every moment in order to feel good and learn and feel connected, but they do need frequent, thoughtful physical contact. And they need to hear a tone of voice that's relaxed, that's interested, that communicates that all is well. And the whole rest of your body also communicates to your child a sense that all is well. So our body language is really, and the tone of our voice and our eye contact and how our faces look, all speak volumes to our children every single second. Their minds are built to scan their environment every second of their waking life to see who's thinking, who feels relaxed, who can they connect with. They're looking for eye contact, they're looking for an open face, they're looking for an open mind. And children can tell who has an open face, who has an open mind, who is there to receive them and to communicate with them from their very first moments of life. This radar is absolutely accurate. It's like if you're faking being relaxed or faking thinking that things are okay, your child will sense the tension anyway. You cannot fool a young child about how you are on the inside. So, and what connection allows children to do is it allows them to learn, it allows them to cooperate, and it allows them to make the best decisions they can given the things they know about the world already. So in order for your child to make good decisions about what to do, in order for them to look at the plant in the living room of the person you're visiting, see that there's a white carpet, see that there's dirt in the plant, and resist the urge to go grab the dirt and throw it on the carpet, although they are a young child. Now, it's this kind of decision-making that runs in your favor much of the time that is what a sense of connection allows. So, in a way, your child's well-being and his or her ability to make good decisions and to feel safe and well in the world not only depends on how they feel, it also depends on how you feel. You and your child are intimately connected. It also depends on how their caregiver feels, or their nursery school teacher, or their third grade teacher, or the other kids in their class. Children pick up on the nonverbal language of everyone around them. And when someone isn't doing well, isn't regarding them with respect, isn't warm towards them, it jangles the mind badly. So we want to pay attention to connection rather than controlling a child's behavior, because that is what wins your child to you. That is what allows your child to cooperate. That's what allows your child to think. So the limbic system, which is a set of very complex structures in the middle part of the brain, is where your child's social emotional life is lived. And those structures interpret body language, interpret tone of voice, and are evaluating every moment whether it's safe or not. So for instance, I have a friend who, when she was in her early 20s, got caught in a tornado in the Midwest. She had a truck. The tornado was all of a sudden coming. It was coming in her direction. She hopped in her truck quickly. She was panicked out of her mind. She turned the key, and the truck wouldn't start. It coughed, and it sputtered, and it coughed, and it sputtered. And she sat there watching this tornado coming, trying to get the truck going. Finally, it ignited, and she got out of the situation safely. When her daughter, who was 3 years old at the time, was sitting next to her in her same truck, in their driveway on a sunny day here in a nice town, where she lived, she was ready to go to the store. She turned on the truck, and the truck coughed, and she all of a sudden went and grabbed the steering wheel, and her daughter burst into tears immediately. She had said nothing. She had communicated just body language, and it sent her daughter into really deep crying, because her daughter depended on her mom's sense that all was well. And as soon as her mom had a memory of what had happened several years ago in the same truck when the truck sputtered, and the mother's mind was flooded with emotion from that memory, the child all of a sudden felt like, there's danger. I'm in danger. What am I going to do? So we communicate all the time to our children, and they pick up on how we are. And that's exactly the way it needs to be. It's like they need to find someone in their environment who is able to think about them. They need to find someone who can make them safe, because they don't know that much about the world, and their system knows it. So when a child feels safe and they have enough of a sense of connection, they can think. So when connection comes first, thinking can follow. And what we see thinking as is a very large package of many abilities. Thinking is the ability to plan. It's the ability to remember what you've been told, remember what your experience has told you. It's the ability to work well with others, to flex, and it's the ability to be enthusiastic about life. It's the ability to play and create. It's the ability to have control over your impulses. And it's the ability to reason. So thinking isn't just 2 + 2 = 4. It's being a sunny person, feeling capable in the world, and feeling well-oriented and well-intentioned towards others, and being able to feel the love that's coming in as well. So really, when a child feels connected, they can think, and they have all of those capabilities. They're flexible, they're easygoing, they like to be alive, they're glad for what's going on. And if you take a child to a meeting who's feeling connected, they can play with little pieces of paper and a couple of pens on the floor for half an hour, 45 minutes next to you without demanding a lot of attention, because they feel connected. So they can have a good time with whatever there is around, even if it's not much. So we want to pay attention to connection and whether a child feels connected, and to getting a child back into connection so that they have this ability to think. But for young children, the sense of connection breaks very, very easily. It breaks very easily. So for those of you that have more than one child, you know that if you're playing a game down there on the living room floor with your children, they're getting along fine. They can take turns, they can roll the dice, they are being fair with one another, and all is well. But if the phone rings, you get up and you're distracted for 30 seconds or a minute. When you turn around, they're fighting. they're not getting along well anymore at all. They're not taking turns. They're grabbing things and running away with them. Because just for that minute while you were preoccupied, one or the other of them lost a sense of connection, could not think, could not cooperate, could not be flexible, could not operate cooperatively with somebody else, felt unsafe, and feelings got high. So the sense of connection can break very, very easily. And for some children, the sense of connection is really fragile. For other children, they can go 20 minutes, 30 minutes, playing themselves happily. And then when you come in and you offer a little more connection, they can tank up on your presence and have a good day. So we have children that vary greatly in their ability to stay connected, from needing lots and lots of reminder that you're there and that you care, to needing, occasional regular reminders that you're there and you care. And so many children who are having trouble with off-track behavior, who are getting sent off track really quickly and really easily, their sense of connection and their sense of togetherness with you has been eroded over time until they don't have it very firmly at any time. And you might be in this position. What I want to tell you is that this can be repaired, that it's a difficult situation to be in. I'm sorry that it's come to this because you didn't have the tools you needed in order to repair the sense of connection. You didn't have the understanding you needed that was the key issue here. But we are going to help you repair that situation. It will take some time, but the repair process is in many ways delightful, surprising, and deeply effective. So the sense of connection is easily disturbed, it's easily disrupted, and we'll go over why and the kinds of things that can disrupt that sense of connection quickly and easily a little bit more in a later class. But suffice it to say that having other things to do, you being with another child or another member of the family, you having to go to work, someone else needing to come in and take care of the children who they don't feel quite as safe with, any kind of illness, any kind of any hurt, any mistreatment, any harshness in the environment from anybody towards anybody, all of these things break a child's sense of safety. So it happens every day. You can't build an environment free of tension. So you can't really, as a parent, build an environment that's free of breaks in a child's sense of connection, but you don't need to. Fortunately, there is a repair process. So when connection breaks, and here's the very interesting part, what's needed is for you to come in and perhaps to set a limit, but what's needed is for you to offer connection, to bring yourself, to bring your caring, to get in close, to stop whatever kind of behavior is not working well in the situation. So if a child is pulling the cat's tail, you would put your hand on the child's hand and say, "Mm-mm." And you bring your eye contact, and what you also want to bring is a willingness to connect, but you don't want to bring a lot of words to that connection. And what will happen is that your child will use an internal, instinctive, wonderful, and very deeply effective recovery process. What they will do with the connection that you bring is they will dig down and show you the feelings that were hurt when they experienced that sense of connection. So if your child's pulling the cat's tail, you've probably been folding the laundry, or you've been on the phone, or it's been a busy morning. They've gotten disconnected. They're not able to act right anymore because they aren't able to think. Their thinking has gotten shut down by the disconnection that they experienced, and hurt feelings have gone in. Every single time a child doesn't feel connected, there is a negative feeling that goes with that, some bigger than others. If you just turn and talk on the phone for 30 seconds, there's not a big hurt that goes in. It's a little something. But if you have to go away on a business trip for a week, that's a bigger hurt for a child. They can't help but take it personally. And when you come back, you'll notice that it's hard for them to connect with you. or that feelings are very, very high when you do try to play with them. That you can play for 2 minutes and all of a sudden it's like, Daddy, why did you do that to me? Don't hurt me like that. And it's like, sweetie, I didn't hurt you. You did. And then big tears. So what's happening is that there's a repair process that involves children showing the feelings that have gone in from the little disconnections and the big disconnections that they've felt. The repair process involves crying to get out feelings of fear. It involves trembling and struggling and sweating sometimes to release feelings of griefs. It involves having a big, full, noisy tantrum to release feelings of frustration. And it involves laughter to release feelings of embarrassment and some of the lighter fears. So when feelings are high for your child, what's happening is they are trying to repair little bits of damage that were done when they lost their sense of being together with you, their sense of safety, their sense that all was well. So what we're going to do in the next few segments is show you 2 listening tools to use between you and your child, and to introduce you to one to help you with the feelings that come up for you when you don't feel supported, when you get upset because of your child's upset. So we'll show you some remedies in just a moment.